Good morning, everyone. Today we'll start the last module called Power System Stability. So, what do you mean by the power system stability? What do you mean by a stability concept? So, you must know what is stability. Okay, then it is applicable to the power system. So, then it is called as power system stability. Okay, so you heard the word called as grid collapse and blackout. So what do you mean by the grid collapse and what is meant by a blackout? Anybody? You know the power grid, right? So power grid. So what do you meaning? What is the meaning of grid collapse? Raja Hatti?
Yes,
Uh, what is the general meaning of grid collapse? Halesh?
sir. Blasting, sir.
Okay. People are about to collapse. Grid collapse means it is a total blasting of the power system. So it is not the actual in practice. Grid collapse means it is not a blasting of the power system. Okay. So what happens? Suppose you are not getting any supply, so the voltage will become zero. Okay. So the entire under the disturbance under the fault condition. So we have studied the different types of fault. Okay, single line to ground fault, double line to ground fault, double line fault, and three phase fault. Okay, all the faults. So there may be a chances of a short circuit. There may be a chances of overload condition. Okay, so due to these things, we can consider that these are a fault. Okay, so grid collapse means the towers are falling down. That is not the meaning of that one. So grid collapse means because of undisturbance happen. So because of the disturbance occurred in the power system due to these things, these faults, okay, we are not getting the voltage. The voltage will become zero. Okay, so then we can call it as grid collapse. And blackout means, so because of the grid collapse, the entire power system network, so we are not getting power supply, that is called as blackout. Okay, so we'll understand these two terms by using the power system stability. Suppose there is a mountain is there, so this is a stone is there here. So this stone, suppose because of any external force or disturbance force acting on this stone, so this may come on this side out of the step. Okay, so it will, this stone, suppose a smaller disturbance is there, so what happened, a smaller force is applied on this stone, so this stone will oscillate here to here, and again it will come back to original position. Okay, so this is called as stability. It will come back after the disturbance also, so it will come back to the original position or original state. So that is called as stability. Okay, it has to regain the original position. Suppose if the external force or disturbance is larger, this stone, it will come out of step. Okay, it does not comes to the original position if it is falling the out of the mountain. So the stone will come here. So that is called as collapse. So this is called as collapse. So due to collapse, there is a blackout will be happening. So we cannot take this stone, we cannot bring back to the original position. Okay, so there is a some saturation is there. So this is the saturation. Okay, so that saturation, so we can call it as delta. So this delta is more than 90 degree, so then we cannot achieve the stability. Okay, so this is x-axis, you can call it as a delta. So delta is the angle. So this stone, it is going beyond out of this. So this is out of synchronism. So we can call it as in power system. So the generator goes out of synchronism. So you know that what is synchronism. Okay, for synchronization of alternator with grid or a bus bar. So what are the conditions are to be satisfied? So voltage, terminal voltage of the generating machine and the bus bar must be equal. Frequency of the generator and the bus bar or a grid, that should be equal, and phase sequence and terminals are should be same. So these are the condition. So any one of this condition is not satisfied, so your grid, that is the synchronization, it will come out from the original point. So the generator, it will get in out of synchronism. So that is because of disturbance, the generator, it is falling out of the synchronism. So we need to bring back the generator to the original position, that is the normal position. So that is called as your stability. Okay, so for example, any fault occur, so this is the generator is there, a transformer is there, so power system, a transmission line is there, and load is there. Suppose in between that there is a fault occur at any terminal of the line or a grid. So what happens? So this, because of this fault, the fault current is entering to the generator. So due to this, there is a variation in the voltage frequency. So due to this, the generator, it loses the synchronism, will out of step. So there is a rotor angle stability, considered as a rotor angle. The delta, it will come back to the zero position. So that is out of synchronism. So this is, we need to how to restore this part. Okay, how to restore the power supply by uh, removing the fault. So there is a circuit breakers we are using. So this circuit breaker, it will operate and it will isolate the fault. So both the generator part or power system part and fault will be, both will get open. The line will be open now. Okay, how fast the circuit breaker, it will be acting and removing or isolating the fault from the healthy section. So then before collapsing, before grid collapsing, so generator come in the steady state limit, that is the stability limit. So then we can achieve the stability. It has to gain original. It should not lose us the synchronism. It has to come to the, so before the fault, so whatever the fault is there, so the before the fault affecting on the generator or any power system, we need to clear the fault. So that angle is called as critical clearing angle. Critical clearing angle. We'll study these things in coming classes. What is critical clearing angle, and so within that time, so that is called critical clearing time. So these terms are referred to the stability point of view, critical clearing time and critical clearing angle. So before that time, so we need to restore the system. So we need to clear the fault. So then your the power system is going to be healthy. Okay. Suppose a person suffering from any health issues, okay, it should not take prolonged those things. So before the issues will be critical, so you need to meet the doctor and take the consultancy. And so what happened, so before reaching the critical, so you must clear your health issues. Okay, so you will come into the stable position. Otherwise, after reaching the critical issue, you cannot do the anything. Okay, the person may fall out of its life. Okay, so that is called as stability means, so after any disturbance, so before reaching the critical clearing time, and so we need to regain to the original healthy system. So that is bring back to the original system, that is called as your stability. Okay, so the stability regards to the power system. Stability concept, it will general term. So in control system, your steady stability concept, the same stability will applicable to the power system also. Okay, all of you following this?
Yes, sir.
So next is so for example, I will show. Suppose a mechanical power PM is there, that is acting on the prime mover, that is the turbine. This turbine is coupled with a generator or machine. So it is producing the electrical power P. Okay. So suppose whatever the mechanical power that is produced, that is the given input is given. So whatever the output we are getting, so equal amount of the power that will be transferring from one form to another form, that is electrical form. Okay. Conversion of mechanical power to the electrical power, that is called as a generator. Okay, so in this case the amount of, suppose 100%, whatever the power you are giving, you will getting 100% here. Okay, 100 watt, so that is called as 100%. Okay, so how much power you are input, that is giving the input, so we are getting at the output. So considering losses are absent, okay, in ideal case we are getting so 100%. Suppose what happened, because of suppose the kinetic energy, so kinetic energy, it will remains constant. Suppose the PM becomes 0. So what happens if mechanical energy supply? So I will stop the mechanical energy. So that is Pm is equal to 0. So then what is the value of Pe here? Now the value of Pe, it will give the whatever the supply to the load because of kinetic energy. So that is in the machine. So after some times it is also reducing this kinetic energy because your input is 0, therefore your speed is also going to be 0, reducing. Okay, suppose if P is 0, if I will supplying the mechanical power, suppose any fault occurs, so P becomes 0. Okay, so then what happens if P becomes 0 or P is reduced? So what happened to the PM? So mechanical power is going to be increases, and therefore speed is also going to be increases. So there is no balancing in the system. So how much power we are generating, that should be given to the load. Okay, so whatever the power is generating, so that should be consumed. So that is the natural effect. Okay, how amount of energy produced, that is equal to the amount of energy consumption. Okay, so that should be formed in the form of any system. Suppose anything disturbance happen, if the Pe becomes 0, so whatever the power, mechanical power is there, so that is inputting. Okay, so that is going to be increasing the speed of the generator. So that is again you are getting out of balancing the system. So that is called as swinging. Swing will be happening. Okay, either Pm becomes 0, then also speed is reduces. If Pe becomes 0, the speed will be increases. So what happens? So continuous oscillations will be take place. Continuous oscillations will be take place, and again it will come to the stability point of view. So stability means after some time it will reaches the stability. So whenever the entire system comes to the healthy position, then you will reach the stability. Okay, so otherwise you will have a disturbance. So this is called as swinging. So from this we will write the swing equation. So swing equation will come into the picture. So what is that swing equation? We will study in the coming classes also. I will briefly explain what is the swing equation now. So for example, the generator is there. So generator turbine shaft is there. We are giving the mechanical input and we are getting the electrical output. Okay, so because of mechanical input we will get the mechanical torque, that is Tm, and it will rotating with the angular speed, W is angular speed, that is radian per second. So because of mechanical power, the shaft is rotating with angular speed. So due to that, the electrical energy will be produced. Okay. So the electrical energy is produced. So the equivalent electrical torque is obtaining. That is in opposite, according to the Lenz's law. Whatever the electrical torque is obtaining is opposite to the your mechanical power or mechanical torque. Okay. So therefore, there are two torques are produced here. One is the driving torque, another one is the braking torque. So what is your power? Power is equal to torque into omega. Okay. So Pm will gives the Tm into omega s. So similarly, if you want Pe, so electrical power is given by electrical torque into omega s. So similarly to the motor, if it is a generator, it will be like this. If it is a motor, in motor what we are doing, the reverse of this, you are giving the electrical power input. Because of this, electrical torque will be produced T, and so the motor starts rotating the angular speed. So then the mechanical torque will be developed. Equivalent mechanical torque, that is opposing the back EMF, will be producing. So that is called as Tm. So from this you will get mechanical power Tm. So this is representing for motor. So what happens now? So I will explain about the same motor. I will show here. So there is a north pole and there is a south pole. So magnetic field is there. We are giving three-phase supply to this. Three-phase supply that is given to the stator point. So then this will becomes electromagnet. So it will producing the magnetic field. So because of we are giving a three-phase supply, a three-phase rotating magnetic field will be produced. So we have studied in the induction motor, three-phase induction motor, three-phase rotating magnetic field. So what is that three-phase rotating magnetic field? So that is rotating in terms of synchronous speed. Okay. So we'll put one rotor part here. So rotor also consists of windings. So we need to excite this winding. So usually this rotor of alternator or a motor, you are giving the excitation to the poles. So we are giving usually AC or DC. In synchronous motion, you are giving for excitation of pole, we are giving DC supply or AC supply. We are giving DC supply, right? In alternator, we are studied for poles, we are giving DC supply for the excitation. So now the rotor will excite. So it will having making two poles S and N. Okay. So then it will start rotating. So we will get Ns is equal to N. So that is called as synchronous speed. So both the N and Ns both are equal. So we will achieve the magnetic locking. Magnetic locking. What is that magnetic locking? So S and N both are attracting, and here also N and S both are attracting. So this is called as magnetic locking. Okay. So this is under normal condition. Suppose this is the shaft of a motor. I will put some load on this. Suppose a 10 kg load I will apply here. So what happens now? This motor, so here N and S both are in attracting. Whenever I will apply the load on the motor. So you studied the brake test. So by using the belt drive, you can apply the load, right? Load on the machine. So similarly, so I will put some load on the machine, that is the motor. So what happens now? I am pulling this rotor in some direction. So I will apply some load, means so extra work, that is on the motor. Okay, so what happened to this? So suppose this rotating in the angular speed omega s. So synchronous speed is in this direction, ns. So this is ns, synchronous speed is there. So whenever we apply the load, due to this, for example, I will write here n and s. Apply the load. So far, because of this, so it will rotate in this direction, or we are lagging this rotor to some angle. So the rotating angle, so this is called as rotor angle, so that is called as delta. So I will show once again. So the rotor is shifted like this. So this is S, this is N. Okay. So because of we apply the load, the rotor, it will be shifted from the original angle. So this angle is called as delta, rotor angle. Okay. So in this time, it loses the magnetic locking. So what do you mean by magnetic locking? South and north, north and south are in the same position. So that is called as magnetic locking. So now it loses the magnetic locking because of the load is applied. So it has to come, it will come back to the original position. So for that purpose, what it will do, it will extract more current from the three phase supply. Whenever you apply the load, what happens? The current will be increasing. It will draw more current from the supply. If load is increasing, means current is also increasing. So if current is increasing, means your strength of the magnet will more now. Okay, if north pole and south pole, it will strength of the magnet is more. It will attract the rotor. So because of strength is more, now again it will attract. So then this rotor, it will come back to the original position, north and south, and it will achieve the magnetic locking again. It will achieve the magnetic locking again. So it is called as stability. So whenever we apply the load, so the magnetic locking is lost by the machine, okay, because of the delta angle. So whenever we are applying the load, it will again, the current will be increasing in the supply, So the magnetic strength of the stator is increases and it will attract the south pole and north pole and it will come back to the original position. Okay, so now it is under the stability condition. So how much long it will take place? So I have, so because of small disturbance means we are applying the load here. Okay, so due to this a force is acting on this particular ball or stone, so it will oscillate, it will come back up to here. Okay, so then because of attracting force, so it may come back to the original position and it will reach us the stable point. Okay, suppose if the disturbance is larger, we are applying instead of 10 kg, I will apply 20 kg. So what happened? Again, it will lose us the magnetic clocking. Your delta will becomes increases. Okay, if delta is equal to 90 degree, from this original axis to 90 degree, so your north pole and south pole, it will comes like this, south and north. This is north and south. So totally the magnetic clocking is disconnected entirely here. Okay, and sometimes what happen? So instead of the rotor angle, again this north pole and south pole rotor, it will rotate like this because of repulsion. Okay, so it will be swinging like this. It will goes to the north side and south side, north side and south side, and sometimes it will come back again. It will reconnect the magnetic clocking. Okay, again, so that will be happen. So if the delta is more than 90 degree, so we are not getting the magnetic clocking. So more than 90 degree, it will becomes collapse. We are not achieving the stability. Okay, because of overload condition. Overload condition, the stability, so leads to the, we are not getting the stability point of this. Okay, because of overload is the one type of fault. So we are applying more load, so more than the capacity of the machine, it will the increasing the current, the current is also increases due to that. So this delta is more, so if delta is more than 90 degree, we are not achieving the stability. This stone, it will come not come back to the position, original position. It will not happen after it is collapsing. The same thing it will be happen to the motors also. Is it clear? So this is the curve. So delta versus sine delta. So we'll draw the sine curve. So this is 0 degree in terms of delta is in terms of radians. This is the power angle curve of a synchronous machine. You have studied in the transformers and generators also. Hello, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what you have understood about the stability? What is stability? Anybody can define the stability? Hello? Ismaya?
Yes, sir.
What is stability?
Sir, after any disturbance, if the system is able to come back to its original position, then we'll define it as stable.
Okay, so how we can achieve the stability? We cannot, if the disturbance is larger, so what happened to the system?
It will move to unstable, sir.
Because of delta, right?
Delta.
So delta is more than 90 degree, we are not achieving the stable position. So it will come to the unstable position. Okay. So this magnetic locking, so the losing of magnetic locking is called as pole slipping. You can also call it as pole slipping. So it is also called as pole slipping. The machine is falling out of step. Machine is falling out of step. Suppose the machine is generator, what happened? So we have studied about the motor. The same concept. So the machine is a generator. So for generator, the mechanical power is input to the machine. So due to this, electrical power is produced. Okay, so this electrical power. So if you connect it to the grid, okay. So there are two types here. One is isolated generator. Then second one is grid connected generator. So in isolated generator, it is entirely independent. So stability point, it will not affected to the isolated generator. Everything, the input is input and output both are in your control in isolated generator. Okay. So in grid connected generator, what happens? So in grid connected generator, okay, the electrical power whatever you are generating, that is connected to the grid. Suppose the fault occurring on the grid. So fault occur on the grid. So what happens? The fault is occurred. Your voltage becomes zero. So if the voltage is zero means so electrical power is also zero. So if electrical power is zero, your mechanical power will becomes positive. The mechanical power is increases and electrical power is decreases. So it means both are unbalanced. So more power pushed into the machine. More power pushed into the machine. Okay. So what happens for this? Your delta. Suppose this is the north and this is the south. So your rotor angle. So this is south and this is north. So more pushing means so your delta will be like this. Okay, because your mechanical input is more. So again magnetic locking is not achieving here. Okay, delta is more. So we need to clear this fault before this delta is more than 90 degree. Okay, so before delta will be reaching the 90 degree, we need to clear this fault by using the circuit breaker. Okay, so the circuit breaker, it should be operate how fast it is operating. okay, and maintain the stability, that is before delta reaching 90 degree. Before delta reaching 90 degree, the circuit breaker should be operate and it has to isolate the entire grid. So that is the faulted system to the healthy system. Okay, so that is called as your stability. So this before TCC, so that is called as critical clearing time. Before critical clearing time. So there are a lot of numericals are there to find out the critical clearing time, how much fast the circuit breaker it has to operate before the clearing the fault. So these analysis it will come into the this chapter. So this is entirely a very interesting chapter, how we will achieve the stability and all those things. Okay, so this is the thing. So suppose this motor and this is the generator, it is connected to the turbine. Okay, so I will explain. This is suppose this is the turbine. So suppose it is a water turbine. So mechanical power input. So because the water is falling on the turbine, turbine is rotating, right? So here the excitation of the poles, if you increase the excitation, so it is the DC excitation. So what is excitation? Exciting the poles of the synchronous machine. Okay, if excitation, that is IF we are giving, that is the field current is increases. Okay, DC voltage you are applying here, excitation is increases, you make the magnet stronger. So these magnets are stronger. Then the EMF induced in the generator is more. Okay, if IF increases, you have studied in the alternator OC test, right? If IF increases, the terminal voltage is also increases, right? So because of IF, the excitation current is increases, the terminal voltage of the alternator or a generator is also going to be increasing. Okay, and the amount of water is increases. What happens? The speed will be increases because of amount of water. That is because of this, the speed is increases. Speed increases, what happen? Frequency will be increasing. Okay, so controlling of this voltage as well as frequency. So controlling of voltage and frequency, here these two things are going out of control. One is voltage and another one is frequency. Where because of fault occurs, voltage become zero, and because of delta variation and all those things, so the amount of input is varied. So due to this, the frequency will be varied. Okay, these two things are important parameter in stability. So that is the voltage control and another one is frequency control. So we need to achieve the voltage stability concept. We will study what is voltage stability and frequency stability. So if field is stronger, the voltage is increasing. If the field is stronger, voltage will be increasing. If amount of water that is the pressure increases, pressure is more, current is increasing. And frequency is also going to be increasing. Okay, so frequency will be increasing because of speed. The speed is more, frequency will be increasing. So amount of water pressure is more, so current is increasing. So in grid connected system, so you need to achieve the magnetic locking. So delta is come into the picture. So delta should be less than 90 degree. Okay, then only we can achieve the magnetic locking. So this is about the introduction about the stability. So in next class we will discuss about some more concepts of stability, that is the types of stability, that is classification of stability, and so will rotor dynamics and swing equation. We'll study about rotor dynamics and also swing equation and some problems in next class. So this is about the introduction about the power system stability. Okay. So any doubt regarding this? Okay, we'll end the today's session. Thank you very much.